Hello, good afternoon. I'm back again. We want to continue with our lecture series on DCS216, Computer Hardware Maintenance and Repairs 2. Our focus is on operating systems, focusing on the maintaining operating systems. I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to continue from where I stopped. I'll be looking at window registry. Window registry. Now, window registry is very, very important. The window registry files are an important part of the Windows 7 boot process. These files are recognized by their distinctive names, which normally begin with H key dash underscore. H key. H key stands for hive key, followed by the name of the portion of the operating system under their control. So every setting in Windows, from the background of the desktop and the color of the screen buttons to the licensing of application, is stored in the registry. Every setting in Windows is stored in the registry. So make sure you take note of that. Each user has a unique section of the registry. The Windows login process pulls system setting from the registry to reconfigure the system to the state that it was in the last time that you turned it on. So window registry is very, very important in Microsoft Windows versions. The registry is also an important part for recording the location of dynamic link library, DLL files. The registry is so important and is responsible for recording the location of dynamic link library files. A dynamic link library file consists of program code that can be used by different programs to perform common functions. So it can link from one program to the other. As a result, DLL files are very important to the functionality of an operating system or any application user may install. Can be used to link to different, programs to perform common functions. So I'm going to be doing a detailed presentation on this, the window registry files. Now, before I continue, I will be making some explanations. So I'll be explaining some things to be sure that you have a good understanding. Okay? Okay? I'm back recording. Now I'll be doing a very detailed lecture on this Windows registry because I don't need to do a different lecture. So I'll be using this opportunity to do a detailed lecture on Windows registry. So I'm going to share a document that will back up this slide. Now, Windows registry, as I earlier mentioned, has what we call the hive key. Now we have hive key underscore classes underscore root. And then we have hive key current user, hive key users, hive key local machines, hive key current configuration. Now, these are the basic ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this hive key classes root stores information about which file extension map to a particular application. This one, hive key current user, stores information such as desktop setting, history related to the current user, desktop background, themes, and all the other user settings that are particular to that particular user. They are contained in this particular Hive key. Then the Hive key users, this one is storing information about all users who have logged onto that machine, to that system. Then Hive key local machine, information related to the hardware and software on that local machine, on that PC. Then Hive key current configuration, current config information. This contains all the information relating to all the active devices on the system, on a system. So let me quickly let me quickly share another. Let me share this file that talks more about window registry. Really, it's Windows that uses more of this registry than other operating system. So the window registry, usually referred to as the registry, is a collection of databases of configuration setting in Microsoft Windows operating system in particular. So the window registry is used to store much of the information and settings for software programs, hardware devices, user preferences, operating system configurations, and much more, and others. So in many ways, the registry can be thought of as a kind of DNA for the Windows operating system. So the DNA, is what particularly represents the genetic makeup of an individual. When they want to ask for the true, parent or true father of a particular child, and they ask for DNA test. That's it. So the registry of a particular machine will distinctively identify the hardware and the software that has been installed on that machine, on that particular PC, either laptop or desktop. So it's very, very critical. So in the Microsoft dictionary, Microsoft Computer Dictionary, registry is defined as a central hierarchical database used in Microsoft Windows 98, Windows CE, Windows NT, Windows 2000, Windows XP, and 7, and also in 8 and 10, to store information that is necessary to configure the system for one or more users, applications, and hardware devices. So it's very, very important. The registry also contains information on that Windows continually references during operation. Windows will always go back to check what information it will need to describe particular operations, such as profiles for each user, applications installed on the computer, and the types of document that each can create, property sheet settings for folders, and application icons, what hardware exists on the system, and the ports that are being used, the connecting ports that are being used on that particular system. So the registry replaces most of the text-based .initialization files that were used in Windows 3.x, 3.1, 3.11, and other, and MS-DOS configuration files, such as the autoexec.bat, config.syc. All these ones are the system files that registry has replaced in the higher version. So although the registry is common to several Windows operating systems, there are some differences among them, okay? A registry hive is a group of keys, scope keys, and values in the registry that has a set of supporting files that contains backups of its data. Supporting files of all hives except hive key current user are normally in the system root, system32 config folder on Windows NT 4.0, Windows 200, Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Server 2003, Windows Vista, and and the other similar Windows. The supporting files for Hive key current user are in the system root profile username folder. So the file name extension of the file in these folders indicate the type of data that they contain. Also, the lack of an extension may sometimes indicate the type of data that they contain. So let's quickly look at this. The registry Hive. These are the registry hives. You see Hive key local machine /SAM. These are the supporting files. SAM, SAM.log, SAM.cell. Now Hive key local machine /security. Security.log, security.cell. Hive key local machine software. Talking about the software, the supporting files of software.log, software.sav, .sav. Look, Hive local machine system.alt, system.log, system.sav. Hive key current config, system.alt, system.log, system.sav, nt-user.dat, Then the Hive key _users /default. Defaults, these are the supporting files, default.log, default.sav. So, but in Windows registry, in Windows 98, the registry files are named user.dat. That is data. User.dat and system.dat. That is the simplest Windows 98. In Windows Millennium Edition, registry files are named classes.dat, user.dat, and system.dat. Now, because we need to take notes, security features in Windows NT, Windows 2000, Windows XP, Windows Server 2003, Windows Vista will allow an administration to control access to registry keys, so that it will not be open to Dick and Harry. Okay. Now, the following table lists the predefined keys that are used by the system. The maximum size of a key name is 255 characters. Now, look at the folder and the predefined key. So this is the folder, and this is what you see there. We've already mentioned that the summary has been done over there. So this is the detail. The detail, this file is on module, so you can have a look at it and study it in detail. These are the detail of that. So we also take note that the registry is 64-bit version. The registry in 64-bit versions of Windows XP, Windows Server, Windows 8, Windows 10, and Windows, is divided into 32-bit and 64-bit bit keys. That means these ones. But those who are in the 64-bit version, they just include 64-bit version of Windows XP, Server 2003, and Vista. They display 32-bit under the following nodes. So many of the 32-bit keys have the same name as the 64-bit counterpart and vice versa. So there should be no much difference here. When we're going to access the registry, I will show us very soon. Now, to view the registry by using 64-bit version of Windows, you just have to do some, you can type what we call. Let me quickly share my screen. Let me see if I can share a whole system so that I can just show you the practical aspect of this in a moment. Let me see if I can do a new share. Let me see if I can share everything. If I can share everything. I can share a whole of the. Let's see if I can share. I want to see if I can share everything. Um, Registry editor. Okay, I want to, after I've launched regedit. Okay, the regedit. Yes, so let me share it. Let me share regedit. Where is, yes? Okay, now this is by typing regedit or just type regedit. You will be brought to this place. You will be brought to this place. Now, by looking at this, you will discover that all that we have talked about, they are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you click here, you will see their subclasses. Okay, you have a Hive key classes root, Hive key current user. Look at the default and the type and data. Hive key local machine, Hive key users, Hive key current config. So as you click on them, you will see the sub classes. You will see all these things. You see them. It's the local machine. You can see this for hardwares. This one is security admin manager. This is a security software system, all these things, hardware. All this. So you see them here, SAM, and you see all these for current user, app event, console, control panel, environment, keyboard layer, and all these things. You see them. Software that are installed for this user, and then you see classes root. Classes root is very, very long, contains more. You see, it takes a lot. Seem to take longer listing. Now, so I can bring them back and bring them back. So these are the things. Now, there are sometimes you also want to edit. If you want to edit, you want to look at what is, you can see what is, but you are not permitted to edit registry by yourself because it's dangerous. If you tamper with the registry, it can make the system to be unoperational or inoperational. So make sure that you take special precaution. Now, there are times you want to uninstall a particular program that did not install, they did not uninstall properly. So you can search for the program and delete reference keys to that particular program. But it's not advisable if you are not an experienced user. Now, that's about the registry here. Now, we also want to see, let me close this. Now, we also want to see the area on the system where registry registry files may be stored. Okay, in the window files, in the window on the hard drive, you can go to config. In the config, you get to config. Let me check for the config. In the system. Go to system. Yes, system 32. Yes, system 32. You can go to config. Yes. Aha. So that's where, okay, let me share that. Under Windows, let me share this screen so that you can see what I've done. Yes, you can see under the PC, this PC, look at disk, Windows, then System32 directory folder, then config. You see all these things. They are the files that are having to do with the registry. You know, SAM, security software system. All these are the default drivers. All are the associated files. You know, just like we mentioned earlier. I mentioned earlier. Uh, yes, these are the files that are associated with that. So from here, you see that these are the files. So that is where they are stored. Okay. So this is um, how the registry data is all about. We have the binary value, and these are their description. The D word. We have the expandable string value, multi-string value, string value, binary value. All these are the registry data types, and there is a 64 kilobyte limit for the total size of all values of a key. Okay, so that is that. Now you need to back up the registry. Before you edit the registry, export the key registry that you plan to edit, or back up the whole registry, so that if a problem occurs, you can then follow the step in the restore the registry section to restore the registry to its previous state. But as I mentioned earlier, don't ever attempt to tamper with the registry keys if you don't know what you are doing. By tampering with the registry keys, you can render your Windows system completely useless. You may at times have to restore or have to restore to the previous point or all that. So to back up the whole registry, use the backup utility to back up the system state. Then system state will include the registry, the COM, and then the class representation database and the boot files. So these are what other things we can read to get more. To modify registry to modify registry data, a program must use registry functions that are defined in the following Microsoft Developers Network website. So for those who are developing programs for Microsoft Windows, there is a website where they can have more information. If you want to modify registry data, a program will use registry functions to do that when it's installing. Okay. Administrator can also modify registry by using registry editor. Okay. Regedit, you can see it here, and then regedit 32 exec. You can see the difference. Here there is I. Here there is no T. The 32 is added. Here we can see group policy, system policy, registry files, can also be used to modify the registry key. So to modify the registry, or by running scripts such as Visual Basic script file. So administrator can modify the registry by using registry editor, regedit.exe, regedit32.exe, or they can use group policy, system policy, and registry files to modify the registry, or by running scripts such as Visual Basic script files. You can also use the Windows user interface. Now, we recommend that you use the Windows user interface to change your system setting instead of manually editing the registry. Okay. So, editing the registry may sometimes be the best method to resolve a product issue. And if the issue is documented in the Microsoft knowledge base, an article with step-by-step instruction to edit the registry for that issue will be available. So you must follow that. And we recommend that you follow those instructions exactly. If you make any mistake, you can cause a lot of damage to your Windows as operating system. Now, when you're using registry editor, you need to take this warning. Serious problem might occur if you modify registry incorrectly by using registry editor or by using another method. This problem might require that you reinstall the operating system. Microsoft cannot guarantee that this problem can be solved. So modify the registry at your own risk. You can use registry to do the following: to locate a sub-key or value, add a sub-key or a value, change a value, delete a sub-key or a value, rename a sub-key or a value. Now, we do this in some instances when we have to do some, some high-level manipulation. Now, the navigation area of registry editor displays folders. Each folder represents a predefined key, as I mentioned, on the local machine, local computer. When you access the registry of a remote computer, only two predefined keys appear: the hive key _users and hive key local machine. And so, when you want to use a registry editor, you try to do all these things. If you want to use group policy, you can use Microsoft Management Console. Microsoft Management Console hosts, which will allow you to use administrative tools that you can use to administer networks, computers, services, and other system components. When you're using Microsoft Management Console, MMC, it will allow you to define policy setting that are applied to computers or users. This is normally very handy for network administrators that have to administer or manage large number of desktops or workstations on their local area network. You can implement group policies on local computers by using the local group policy Microsoft Management Console snapping or group edit.msc. You can also implement group policy in Active Directory by using the Active Directory user and the computers MMC snapping. So Active Directories are actually available in network operating systems like Microsoft, Windows NT, Windows 2000, 2000 Server, 2003 Server, and 2000 and all the rest. So to know more, you need to read more on this. Now, when you want to use a registration entry, which we call .reg file, .reg file. Now, these registration entry files that you have to create it that contain the registry changes, and then run the reg file on the computer where you want to make the changes. So this can be done like in our DC110. That means in Introduction to Computer Aided Design and Drafting, when we have to install multi-sim, we have to run a .reg file to update the registry so that the software can work on the current version of the operating system. So that is also possible. If you want to create a registration entry file that contains registry changes, you can then run it on the computer where you want to make the changes. And the changes will be made, and then the program will run fast. So you can look at this website to get more information. You can also use Windows script host with Visual Basic Script and JavaScript. So these are a lot of information available for us if you want to do more than what we have talked about. So we can restore a whole registry. You can restore the registry key. You can use console registry tool for Windows to do all this. So I think I will stop here because we'll not be going into detail here. But in the practical, what I've just done, you need to be able to know what you have in the registry on your machine, as I've just shown you now. Now, backing up the system state also create updated copies of the registry files in the system root/repair folder. Now, take note, this is what repair your computer. When you put your CD, your Windows operating system CD, to correct problems, or when you start your Windows and it says this window has, there has been a problem with your Windows and do you want to repair it? This is the folder that will be used. It will look at a copy of the registry files that are there that can be used to update and repair your system, so returning back to the previous working state. So thank you very much for this section. I will continue with the slide very quickly. Yes, let me do this here now. Okay. Okay. So that is all about Windows Registry now. Now I'm going to be doing. I'm going to move forward with multi-boot procedures. Multi-boot procedures. Now, Windows operating system can be installed. Multiple operating system can be installed on one computer. That's why we talk about multi-booting. And multi-booting is a very good option when you want to maximize the use of your local system, your PC or your laptop. Now, for instance, if you want to take advantage of more than one operating system, and you want them to have access to your local hardware. Now, instead of using virtual machine, which we have talked about before, you can use this multi-boot operating system, multi-booting option. So you can create dual boots. Some can even do up to 3 boots. So to create a dual boot system in Microsoft Windows, you must have more than one hard drive or a hard drive with more than one partition. That's it. So you have to partition the hard drive to demarcate it so that you say, okay, this one will contain the Microsoft Windows version, XP. The other one will contain Windows 8. The other one can contain Windows 10. We carried out an experiment. We're able to install up to 3-4 operating systems. We put Ubuntu, Linux. We put Windows, about 3 or 4 Windows, just to make sure that students can access them anytime they come in. Now that was much more useful when virtual machines was not popular, but now virtual machines have been popularized and they have been optimized and they are doing fine. So I will encourage everyone to make use of virtual machine, especially VirtualBox. We also have Virtual PC by Microsoft, but VirtualBox has been very, very popular, and it has been and the ease of use and configuration has been very much inviting. So, okay, sorry for that internet break. So I'm going to share my screen to continue. Yes, I was talking about multi-boot procedures. Multi-boot procedure just talk about how you can install multiple operating systems on one computer. To do that, for instance, hey, this is serious. During the dual boot process, you will have this. Light has gone again. So, bye for now. I may have to stop here and continue from here. Thank you.